Couple of things I should warn you about when it comes to the host of this platform. He's been known to put dog shit in his boss's office. Offend the petty corner, slap news, and welcome to Slap Son. He's not afraid to call people retards or pickle puffers and often uses the word fuck. He has a history of calling influencers out on their bullshit, and he finds it humorous when he's mocking his competitors. But two things you won't find on his resume are bullshitting his audience and being politically correct. Fuck that noise. If you're okay with all that, then you already know his name. Please welcome the realest slap fighting podcaster on the planet and host of Beyond the Slap, Terry Dunning.
What is going on, people? Welcome to Slap Chat Live. I'm your host, Terry Dunning, coming to you from the Las Vegas Strip. And I got a couple things to talk to you guys tonight about. And I want to get, first of all, into some of the matches I've heard about for Power Slap 19. Now, this ain't the Ding and Dong show. I won't fuck around with you guys and say, oh, it could be this match or it could be this division. Fuck that noise. I've heard some very reliable sources. One of them included at least one participant in one of these fights. I won't mention which fight or which participant. But I can't tell you I am hearing Damien DeBell's scrap is going against Darius the Destroyer. That will be for the heavyweight title. Also, I'm hearing for the super heavyweight title, Makini Manu is going against the Hitman. Now, guys, I don't know why they don't drop the card yet, what the big surprise is. But I've actually announced both these fights a couple weeks ago. It should be no surprise to anybody that these guys are going against each other. These fights are both well-deserved, and I'm looking forward to seeing them take place. However, I won't lie. I do not think I will be attending Power Slap 19. I've seen the rest of the card, and as you guys have heard, a lot of it is wrestlers, and I'm just not impressed with some of the people that got on this card. I'm not convinced that I will be going yet. Waiting to see, what ticket prices are, things like that, and where it's going to take place. That I do not know. I also have heard the same rumor that it's very likely to be Caesar's Palace, but that's not confirmed. I guess we'll find out here in the next few days. But I have confirmed that those two matches from very reliable sources have told me Damien DeVell is taking on Darius the Destroyer. That was supposed to take place actually in February, but that they couldn't find a venue or whatever reason. So it's rescheduled, and it's looking like it's going to take place at Power Slap 19. And again, Makini Manu and Hawaiian Hitman, that is going to be a great match, man. I don't know who's going to walk away with that. I love the Hitman. That guy's a teddy bear. If you ever see him, meet him in person, he's always smiling. Him and his brother are not the same at all. One's always joyful and jolly, and the other one, is more serious and got some shit going on in his life, if you will, to keep it blunt. And I'll get into that here in a few moments. But we can look forward to those two matches and a few more that I will be dropping here this week. I'll be dropping some surprise. I'm just waiting to see how slow the other platforms are on releasing shit at this point. But this platform isn't controlled, and you guys see that. I drop info as I choose, and when I find it out, I get it to you guys as fast as possible. Now, moving on to the crazy, I want to ask you guys this, man, and let me jump over the chats for a few minutes. I'll try and keep an eye on both. But was my post about Crazy Hawaiian too shocking? I don't think so. In fact, if you've seen my previous post, I've called out Dana White, Paige Van Zandt. So the call out Crazy Hawaiian wasn't shocking to me. But if you knew who I was, and I get into that in just a few moments, you'd be like, no, that wasn't shocking at all. That was actually mild and a break from who this guy really is if you knew his past. But I don't think it was shocking, but apparently a few people were offended by me putting that out. I don't know why you're offended. This guy, you guys aren't offended when they're putting out false information, promoting this guy as a hero. You're not offended at all that they're putting out fake shit. But when I put out stuff about his wife getting restraining orders and him getting caught with a fucking ton-load of drugs, man, we're talking cocaine and meth and Xanax and fucking ton-load of pills. And when I put that out and it's real and I drop facts, that's offensive to you, but not them misleading you and your children about this guy being a fucking hero. I don't get that. How you aren't offended by his actions, but are offended by me talking about his actions is beyond me. But I don't think I was offensive one bit by putting that post out. That's what I do. Remember, this platform focuses on the fighters more than the promotions and the sport. Although I cover the promotion of the sport, this is mostly the fighters that I focus on, and that involves their lives. You guys are okay with me talking about somebody doing good and shit, but when somebody's bad, people are offended by that. I just don't understand. But I welcome you. If you are offended, hit the unfollow button. Hit the unfollow button. But two of you that went public and said you unfollowed still come back and watch my post. And I see you in my stories afterwards. So I took the liberty of blocking you on my other platforms so that you're not tempted to come back and see stuff that offends you. I'm helping you out. You might have a handicap of some kind and can't stay away from shit that just offends you. I helped you out. I blocked you guys from Facebook when you guys went public on Instagram and said you were going to unfollow me there. Don't go public like that and then closet fucking view my shit. I'll call you out on it. You know, if I have to, I'll start posting your fucking names. People know that. But with that said, I don't think I was too shocking by going forward with crazy. I will say this, that people paid attention to that. And I'm getting a lot of thank you messages for it. And I will say this, and I'm not out to get crazy, but I will call shit when I see it. Crazy is being looked at for something very, very serious, and I will not get into it, but I have been contacted by two different sources, very powerful entities, if you will, and they're looking into Crazy on two different things that I have discussed in this past week about him. Again, I am not trying to get him in trouble. But if they're trying to make this guy a hero, I think you should know the facts about this guy because eventually it will come out. I'm just way ahead of what the controlled news puts out. So if you find it offensive, I'm sorry. Will you find it offensive when that news platform finds a softer way to word it? I don't get it. I'm real over here and I'm way beyond what they're putting out. I will say this, that you guys had no problem when I put this stuff out last year and talked about some of the shit that was going on in Crazy's life. Y'all had no problem supporting that guy and telling this guy you had his back when he was over there saying I was spewing lies and trying to belittle his platform and get everybody to unfollow and saying this platform is fake news was the exact words. But now I'm showing it was real facts and you guys have a fucking problem with that, but you had no problem following his bullshit lies about this platform. Why is that? Why is it that real upsets you, but his fucking bullshit didn't? When he was on Crap News, the Ding and Dong show, saying that this platform is all fake news. You guys love that shit. You ate it up. You unfollowed. But when I showed that I was telling the truth, you guys fucking hate me and you want to unfollow me for that. Some of them are the same fucking people that are unfollowing me now that unfollowed me back then when he was telling them to unfollow. I don't get it. You guys, if real is too much, let me know and I will help you out this time and block you from this platform. I have no problem helping out the handicapped and the retards. You guys are loved by God. Just know that. God loves retards too. And I will help you the fuck out if you need help. Now, people say, I did get one comment ask me, hey, Terry, what's it like if you got arrested? What would it feel like if you got arrested and somebody did that to you? Well, I'll tell you this. I have been arrested. And I'm actually very proud of my arrest record, and I'll go over that with you. A couple of the most recent ones involved this. The last one was a bully of my child actually got taught a lesson. My daughter actually whipped his ass. And when she was done, I went to his parents and I asked him, hey, would you like me to put your child in martial arts school? And we did. Paid $100 for a gi and paid for his lessons and stuff. And the child one day got my car all bruised the fuck up. He bruised on his face, bruised on his hand real bad. And I asked him what happened. And he told me his dad threw him through a fucking wall. Well, I'm not going to lie. I picked up a charge for that with his dad. I handled fucking business like I should. I was teaching his kid to defend himself. When a kid came to me and told me his dad threw him through a wall, I handled business, so I picked up a charge for that. I'm very proud of that. Very, very proud. I also picked up a charge when my girlfriend was pregnant with my daughter. I picked up a charge from a roommate of mine who had threatened my girlfriend. According to his statement to the police, I slapped the holy shit out of that motherfucker, and he had a bruise on his face. But if you ask him in front of his friends, I never touched him. So depending on what story he wants to go on the record with, I also picked up a charge for slapping the fuck out of somebody that threatened my girlfriend when she was pregnant. So I have picked up a few charges. So to say, oh, you're picking on somebody that hasn't, or when you've never had a charge, you don't know what it's like when that goes out. Well, man, I'll go forward with my record. I am proud of both my records. I stood up for somebody and picked up charges for them. Now, back to the Crazy Hawaiian. This guy just competed in a fucking main event with felony warrants out to him. Now that I've addressed my record for people, I again asked Crazy Hawaiian, hey, how are you fucking competing with felony warrants? I've asked this guy before, hey, I've got credible people who were involved in rigging fights with you coming forward. Do you care to answer for that? He ran over to the other platform and said, no, that's false, and I'm spreading false information. And in fact, all I did was ask questions. I never spread any false information. I asked him, hey, would you care to answer to these accusations of you fixing fights? So when people ask me if I'm too hard on the Crazy Hawaiian, fuck no. Fuck no. I'm actually being light on this guy. Compared to what he's got coming to him, I'm being light. I'm just asking questions, and this guy accused his platform of being full of shit. So when it comes to that, I have addressed my record. I have been arrested, and I'm very proud of what I've been arrested for. I stood up for people. This guy's got a record, and they're promoting the fuck out of him. Would you promote somebody whose wife is getting restraining orders because she's afraid of him, as she stated in the court records? She fears him. Would you promote a guy who's getting popped for not simple marijuana, but getting popped for meth and cocaine and fucking paraphernalia and Xanax and over fucking 100 pills on them of different kind? Is that who you think the face of the sport should be? So there you go. That's why I go after the Crazy Hawaiian. When they're promoting a hero, I'm telling you who that hero really is. He's human. And this guy has made some fucking mistakes, and he's still making them, and he's not answering for them. Now, I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next thing because I'm trying to keep this under 20. The next one relates to Ron. People have asked me, I have gotten a couple messages, do you think Ron is going to retire before his match with Logan? First of all, we do not know if the Logan match is a signed deal. Logan is definitely a contender for it. He's put in the work. And I think Logan is potentially the next champion in that division. But as far as Ron, I went public with what I know, everybody knows. I interviewed him and asked him straight up. I think with enough people backing Ron and supporting him and telling him, hey man, you've done your job in this sport. Don't give in to it no more. Don't give in to the fucking beard rule. Be yourself. You've proven yourself. I think with enough people backing Ron, I think Ron will possibly be done with Power Slap. That's my opinion. Again, I've shared the interview with everybody. What I know is what you know. He's still open-minded when it comes to Sarah. I will say this, his wife, he will listen. And at the end of the day, maybe if we can encourage Sarah enough to tell Sarah, hey, let's get Ron to walk away from this sport, man. He doesn't need to do it no more. He's proven himself. They tried to burn him every time. I think with enough support, maybe we can convince Ron or Sarah to convince Ron maybe not compete. So I do not know if he'll come back. I know a lot of fans have spoken up and have said, hey, Ron shouldn't do it, man. He's done enough in this sport. And I pointed out another thing. If Ron were to beat Logan, what would that do for the division when Ron retires? There would be no champion, and there would be nobody credible to actually grab the belt because Ron's cleared out the whole division almost. But I do think, in my opinion, this is my opinion now, I think Logan and Peter would be a great match for that belt if Ron does retire. I think those guys would be amazing to go for that strap. And honestly, I don't know who win. I think that would come down to a coin toss because Killshot, he could do it in one. But that guy, Peters, man, he's moving quick up the ranks, and it's for a reason. So that's my opinion. I do not know for sure if Ron will be retiring. I promise you this. I've asked Ron to let me know as soon as he makes a decision to let me know. And he's told me he will. So as soon as I find out, I will let you guys know. I may be the second. I'm sure he will notify Frank first. And that's respectable. You know, that's his boss. But after that, I anticipate he will let me know. And I will share that information with you guys. I think that's about it. Lastly, to the people that unfollowed me. Man, again, some of you guys I actually really liked. I was shocked at one, although I was even shocked that you followed this platform. I was shocked to see you chose to unfollow me, and I respect that. But know this, if you announce you're unfollowing me, I will block you to help you not come back because I've had way too many people unfollow me and then come right back and start watching every video drop. And I'm going to start teaching you guys a lesson. If you want to boycott this channel, man, I don't mind putting my foot up your ass to help you out the door. With that said, I'm going to go ahead and fucking bounce, man. I do have some great information coming out of Punch or Slap Fight. I'm supposed to be talking to the owner next week. Some accusations and allegations of some referee corruption. I'll be getting into that next week on Slap Chat Live. I will let you guys know more details throughout the week, the other contents for that show. But with that said, you guys have a kick-ass week, a kick-ass weekend, and we'll see you guys next week.
Joe's girl's got a belly that jiggles when moves. He's the king of the facts, yeah, he's got the groove. Sits in his chair, puffing clouds to the moon. His laughs like thunder, you can hear it boom.
Chunky Terry's got the mic, watch him go. Lighten up the truth while smoke billows slow. Making competition look dumb on the show. Chunky Terry's groove, baby, don't you know? Hell, dig through the dirt, find the gold in the grime. He's the Sherlock of podcasts, solving truths in no time. Got a joke for the jokers, a burn for the fools. Terry's the professor, rewriting the rules. He's got that wit, sharper than a blade. Takes no prisoners, leaves no